Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Hugh Freeze, the Auburn Tigers, continuing to roll on the recruiting trail, landing another commitment from four-star cornerback Donovan Starr from the state of Tennessee. And you start looking at the kind of players that Auburn's going after at the cornerback position. They want guys who can burn. And I think it makes a lot of sense. You look at where the SEC is going at the wide receiver position. A lot of these wide receivers have a lot of straight line speed, and you need cornerbacks that can run with some of these SEC wide receivers. You look at Donovan Starr, a state champ in the 100-meter, clocking in a 10.56. You look at Devin Williams coming from Buford, also committed to Auburn. He runs a 10.65. And they have some of the fastest cornerbacks committed in this 2025 cycle. Fired up about this one, want to get into the film, talk about what he brings to this Auburn defense. Before we do, and as always, just want to say thank you to you guys. And for the Auburn fans, it's going to be a very busy next couple of weeks for this program on the recruiting trail. I always say it, since Hugh Freeze has taken over, it's been a blast talking this program, and the amount of support the Auburn fans have shown the boys, it's been absolutely amazing. If you guys do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into four-star cornerback Donovan Starr. And again, it starts with the straight line speed that this kid has. And I think that more importantly than just the verified track times that we know he can run in a straight line extremely fast. He's a guy that is also very quick twitch. He's loose in the hips. He can change direction exceptionally well. And you see that explosiveness that you see in the track times. It translates to Friday nights in the fall. This is a guy that can close throwing windows down exceptionally well. He's a guy that can run with these wide receivers down the field. But I think my most important and favorite attribute of a guy like Donovan Starr is the ball skills are there. He's not necessarily the biggest cornerback at 5'11 and a half, 175 pounds. But when it comes to making plays at the catch point, this is a guy that can go up and break up a lot of passes, getting into the film. And again, this is a cornerback that I think has some big-time ability. And I think one of my favorite reps here is starting right off here. I mean, you're going to see him. He's very comfortable kind of keeping his eyes on the quarterback, reading what the quarterback's doing. You're going to see this throwing window, quickly disappear with Donovan Starr. His closing speed in terms of triggering downhill, making plays on the football, it's exceptional. And then you take a look at what he can do running vertically with wide receivers. This should come as no surprise considering the 10.56 track time. I mean, it's not a surprise that he's in the hip pocket of these wide receivers because he's just a lot faster than them trying to run by him. But I think the most important thing is you see a lot of young cornerbacks really struggle at the catch point, pass interferences, not playing the football correctly. Donovan Starr plays a lot of wide receiver at the high school level. He is very comfortable going up, making plays on the football. And I think that is a massive, massive attribute that you can have at the cornerback position. A little special team action here, just kind of showing you the raw athleticism and speed that he has. He's a guy that I think certainly could contribute as a special teamer, but you just get a sense for how fast this kid is, moves at a little bit of a different pace than a lot of these other high school kids do. Another thing that I like, because I think he could wind up playing that nickel corner spot, he comes up and tackles. And when you're talking about playing nickel corner, you have to have the ability to come downhill and make plays. Donovan Starr can do that. He's physical at the point of attack, which, again, he's not necessarily the biggest cornerback, but he plays bigger than he is on the film. Another idea of just how fast he is. He's a guy that you could potentially play an offense just because of the raw speed that he has, but certainly going to be a cornerback for Auburn. Burning speed. Another one of my favorite reps. I mean, you get a chance to see just how smooth he is in the hips, right? I mean, squeezing this wide receiver right to the sideline. Again, at the catch point, we're breaking up the pass. I think this guy checks a lot of boxes. I think this is a really good rep to show the recovery speed. Kind of gets twisted up here a little bit, gets yo-yoed. I mean, kind of smooth in the hips. He gets beat a little bit, has to make up some ground. Certainly does that with the speed that he has. Another play at the catch point. He's a guy that's not going to get out physical. I'm a big fan of what Donovan Starr brings to the table. And you start looking at this Auburn class in 2025, and yes, it's a really impressive class as it stands. You look at the buzz that Auburn is generating on the recruiting trail, the amount of talent that is seemingly on campus for Auburn, scheduled through the whole month of June. I don't think it's crazy to put this class as potentially a top 8, top 5 class in the country And we talk about it a lot. You're seeing Hugh Freeze just transform the talent on this roster. We knew it wouldn't come together in 2023. I don't think this team is going to win an SEC championship in 2024, although I think they're going to be much improved. You're going to see the benefits of this 2025, this 2024 class and what they've done in the portal over the next couple of years. I think if you give Hugh Freeze enough time to transform this roster, get that talent that you need to get injected to win SEC titles, you talk about 2026, 2027, this is going to be a team that is, in my mind, competing for SEC titles on a regular basis. You look back at the Brian Harsin era and say there just was not enough talent on this Auburn team to compete at the highest level. I don't really care how good of a coach Brian Harsin was. He really wasn't that good of a coach anyways. If you are not recruiting like a top team in the SEC, you're not going to win SEC national titles. It's just how it goes. Auburn fans certainly know that. You're seeing Hugh Freeze very quickly just turn over the talent on this roster. Another massive pickup, a lot of commitments to break down for this Auburn program over the next couple of weeks. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Again, if y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.